2 Peter chapter 1 verse 20 to 21. Above all, you must understand that no prophecy came about by the prophet's own interpretation of things. For prophecy never had its origin in the human will, but prophets, though human, spoke from God as they were carried along by the Holy Spirit. On the 31st of December, 2023, the anointed servant of God James of the Love of God Church International, Kampala, Uganda, gave a prophecy concerning the exposure of sicknesses in this year. And he further said that even the sicknesses that were hidden by different people, including prominent people like kings, will be exposed this year. And in his words, this is what he said.
Let me go again to sicknesses. In that very angel, as I was moving with him, somebody collapsed in front of us. What's wrong with her? Another person joined us and said, don't touch that one. They ran and touched her. She had not yet died. I was fearing that they would say we are murderers. I'm a flesh, much as I'm seeing vision, but I'm not. Even the way it is like a flesh. The other one just lifted the head. They said, pour me water, pour some water. They gave us some water. And she was revived. We moved again another distance. We got another one fell down. Why did this person collapse? This one was sick. The other one collapsed. She also had a sickness. But the sickness she used to struggle with it and people didn't know. She didn't eat. She didn't drink. So she became hungry and she fell there. But there is sickness which was inside. So that means in 2024, people have been struggling with sicknesses. Some of them, they have not told them about it. It will be exposed this year. Many people are going to be bedridden. Mark that very well and please don't think I'm lying. This year, many people will be bedridden. Don't think only you here. I'm talking about the whole world. Some prominent people, the leaders, the politicians, the kings and big people. There's some who have been hiding some sickness. It's going to be exposed this year. And we may lose some good number. In summary, there are some sickness that have been there in our lives, but we will have been there with them, but now they have become more serious. And they're going to manifest according to the projection. It's going to manifest this year.
Assuredly the word of the Lord remains true and it will always prevail. On the 5th of February 2024, a report from Buckingham Palace released on BBC reported that the King of England, King Charles III, was diagnosed with cancer as he had gone to see his doctors to receive treatment of benign prostate enlargement. It was also found out that he was having cancer, and this is what it said.
We've received breaking news from Buckingham Palace, which has announced that the King has been diagnosed with cancer. Let me bring you that statement from Buckingham Palace in full. During the King's recent hospital procedure for benign prostate enlargement, a separate issue of concern was noted. Subsequent diagnostic tests have identified a form of cancer. His Majesty has today commenced a schedule of regular treatments, during which time he's been advised by doctors to postpone public-facing duties. Throughout this period, His Majesty will continue to undertake state business and official paperwork as usual. The King is grateful to his medical team for their swift intervention, which was made possible thanks to his recent hospital procedure. He remains wholly positive about his treatment and looks forward to returning to full public duty as soon as possible. And that statement concludes by saying that His Majesty has chosen to share his diagnosis to prevent speculation and in the hope that it may assist public understanding for all those around the world who are affected by cancer. Well, that statement just through from the palace in the last few moments. Our royal correspondent, Daniela Relf, is here with me. And that note of optimism within that statement, Daniela, but nonetheless a huge shock.
Yeah, on a personal level, clearly for the King, for the Queen and for the wider royal family, this will be a shock. Coming so early on, just 17 months into his reign, he is now facing such a serious health challenge.
Yes, and just a slightly further thought about the positivity, because we saw him with the Queen very, very recently, walking around, waving to the crowds, waving to the cameras.
That's right. We saw the King yesterday on his Sandringham estate in Norfolk. He was on his feet walking to church from the main house at Sandringham up to the main church, Mary Magdalene Church. That in itself is around a 10-minute walk, so he was well enough to do that. We saw him there with the Queen. He saw the photographers. He waved as he saw them, but he came back to London today to start his treatment for that cancer.